Alright, welcome to Unity of Command 2. What we're going to be doing in this run is an all gold star run. That means getting all of our primary objectives in every scenario on time. There's a Steam achievement for this, which only 1.5% of players have. So I've already done it. I've done it on classic difficulty, but it's tough, and I figured it'd be helpful to do a walkthrough on it to show anyone who's playing it how to do that. Anyone who isn't playing it, maybe they'll want to explore it and see how that goes. Alright, so what we'll be doing is we'll be doing new game, Victory in the West, which is the main campaign, and classic difficulty. We're not going to use hard difficulty because it's insane. Classic difficulty is the only, I guess, reasonable hardest difficulty. If you're unfamiliar with Unity of Command, it's really more of a puzzle game than anything else. So we can see, obviously, it's a World War II game. There's some tactics, some strategy, but it really focuses on supply. So if units are out of supply, they become combat ineffective, and they start melting and just kind of dissolving. And also, you can't, readjust or, place your units during the initial setup of a scenario. So all your units, and they're based on historical units, but all of your units start in a set position, and you have to move forward from there. Okay, so we're done with the intro, and we start with a conference, which allows us to spend prestige points. I don't see anything here that's worth getting, so we're just going to upgrade our HQ. I forget to upgrade our HQ pretty often, but US 2nd Corps starts out pretty weak in terms of its command abilities. So let's go ahead, and 2nd Corps becomes 5th Army, which goes through Italy. And one thing we'll be doing in this run as well is doing the non-historical path, which ends with a showdown against the Soviets in Poland to, get a democratic Poland. And 5th Army is included. I believe 8th Army is included. It's either British 8th or British 1st. But okay, let's do our setup. So, again, the units we cannot move during this turn 0 setup phase, but we can move our HQs. And after we move, we can buy specialist units. So I'm going to put armor on that armor unit, which is a little bit weird, but that'll just allows us to get additional attack and armor. So armor means, of course, that you need armor to counter it. Okay, so the other thing that I like to do on this scenario is consolidate the supply depots. That's another thing that you can do in the setup phase. So we're going to put 3 right there, and we're going to keep 1 in reserve for our advances. And now we're done with our setup. Okay, so of course I played the scenario several times. I know that this unit is set on counterattack, so we're going to attack this unit and see where that gets us. One thing that's a little bit confusing is, so right here it says 2-0. You would think that would be good, and 4-0 would be very good. Those actually are very bad. So those are our expected losses on each side. The first being our expected losses. So this is what we want. We want 0-2. So yeah, 0 losses. We did get 1 suppressed. Steps are essentially brigades or battalions within a unit. So we can see, this unit has 4. This unit has 4 steps and 1 suppressed. This unit has 5 steps and 2 specialist steps. Okay, so I think we're done down here. We can go ahead and attack right here, because this unit's pretty good. We're going to take this tank and move up. And we do have a bomber. So bombers are like suppressing fire, which means it's, designed to suppress steps. Okay, so a bit unlucky there with our bomber, but we did get a decent attack. I was hoping to push them off this turn, but no dice. Okay, so we're going to bring our tank up. Okay, we were able to do a lot of damage to that unit. I'm going to go ahead and... Alright, so set piece attack did not work. Set piece attacks are aimed to reduce entrenchment or force units off of their tile. But if we do that, then we cannot move afterwards. And we did get a city in ruins there, which is very bad. It gives bonuses to the defender. But I think we're done with our first turn. Now we'll see what the AI does. The AI is actually very smart. They're very good at just kind of yellowing in and eliminating your supplies, your supply chain. Okay, we can see that they put in a few additional steps. Those steps start out suppressed, so they don't have any impact on their initial turn. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So we're going to move our tanks up and just try going around this guy. So we can see that there's a zone of control that prevents our units from doing some additional movements unless other units are present. Okay, so we do have a good attack there, and nice. So now we can take their supplies, and that means that they do get supplies from this railroad track, but all of the other units here that were being supplied by those trucks are now out of supply. Okay, so I want to move these tanks up as far as they can go, because we're going to need them to push, but we actually have a good attack there. Unfortunately, we took some losses. Alright, and even though these units are out of supply and they'll dissolve at some point, I do want to keep attacking here for no other reason than getting XP. Okay, and now we got that bonus objective, which we needed to get on this turn. I'm just going to wait before we upgrade. Alright, and it's a bit risky leaving this HQ undefended, but I'm just going to move up because I want it to capture that supply depot, and then we need to get this objective actually on the next turn, which is why the gold star is hard. We have very tough restrictions on time. Okay, I'm going to suppress here. And yep, that allows our tanks to do very good damage. Alright, and we're actually supposed to take this objective on this turn. Again, it's just a bonus objective, so it's not a priority. Okay, but we were able to do it. So that gives us a special step. I'm going to be putting armor on armor. That just allows us to beef up those units and make them even more overpowered than they are. Okay, so because it's City in Ruins, there's really no point in attacking because we're just going to take losses. We could attack with this unit, so we can see here that there are 3+ scenarios on this unit, whereas there are none on this unit. That means that any losses we take with this unit aren't really going to impact us down the line. It's never good to take losses, but I think we're just going to sit tight. Alright, so we can move our HQ up. Again, it's risky to put an HQ next to enemy units, so I guess I'll just put it right there, because that's a good defensive position and a good unit. Okay, we can keep attacking right here. Again, we're just doing it for XP. So, these guys, they're regulars. These guys are veterans. And then this unit with 2 stars is an elite unit. Elite is the highest that you can get, but getting elite units can really make things easier for you. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and pass this turn. Alright, so the reason I deferred is I actually want more command points. Command points, of course, are what HQs use to use various tactics like suppressing fire, set piece attack, all that good stuff. Alright, you can see the AI is not attacking here, which is kind of expected. So, typically the AI does not attack very often. Okay, so we had to move through an HQ there, which is never good. HQs require, I think it's 2 movement points to move through them. Okay, but we are able to get our objectives, so you don't have to end the run. Okay, good. Yep, no one defending that truck, so that takes our out-of-supply unit and puts them in supply. Let's see, we're supposed to take this bonus objective on this turn. I don't know if it's worth it. It's probably not worth it. Let's see what our bombers can do. Okay, so this is a unit with no scenarios remaining, so I'm going to risk it. Let's see if we can get a retreat. Okay, no. So, yeah, we could bring our tanks over. You know what, we're doing pretty well, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull those tanks off of where they were. Okay, so that gives us a card, and we'll just hold on to that card for now. Okay, so we could attack there, but it's not worth it. We'll just keep moving our units up and sit tight. Our infantry, I don't know if I mentioned this, but our infantry, at least in this scenario, are not really useful. They're mainly just going to secure our supply lines. So of course supplies are distributed by rail. It's a little bit confusing because you can see by this icon that supplies are coming in through this rail. They're actually not coming in from this end. Once rail lines link up, then we'll get supply over here, but as is, we can only put these trucks down because of supply coming from this rail line up here. So it's important to know where the supplies are. I know there's at least one scenario in Italy where you have a rail that you think would have, rail supplies, but it's actually truck supplies, which is, we'll see when we get there. Anyway, I think we're done with this turn. I think our supply situation is decent. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and make sure that no one can get in there. And we did take out that unit, which is good. Oh yeah, we should move up our HQ. So HQs have limited range, so now that unit is not in our HQ range and cannot use any of our command abilities. Second Corps is just kind of on its own, so let's move them up so that hopefully that unit can be in HQ range at some point. Our supply situation is okay. That unit is out of supply, but I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to keep that truck in reserve for now. Oh. Yeah, so we're going to lose that unit. I believe that was a unit with 2 scenarios remaining. Most of our tanks in this scenario are not units that we're going to keep around for a long time. Our main units, tank-wise, are this unit, and that unit. And all the others, yeah, 2 and none for this one. So you can see the AI did something very smart there, which is cut off our supply route right here. That's what the AI does. It's very good at it. And we kind of, in a way, baited them to attack. I mean, it would have been best if they didn't attack, but getting them to cut off our HQ is kind of expected. I really should have expected them to do that. But it's not a big deal that our HQ is out of supply. We can see that our logistics is now suppressed, and our operations are suppressed for this HQ, as well as intel. That happens when you move. Your HQs can be suppressed. I should not have attacked there. Or when an HQ is out of supply. So your HQ is impacted by supply the same as your units, so you don't want them out of supply for very long, or really at all. Okay, so we need to take this bonus objective on this turn. Let's see what we can do. Okay, a little bit risky there because we could have gotten City in Ruins, but it worked out. Okay, and we could attack here, but I'm not really too concerned with it. Then again, that unit will be in supply. Okay, and we're out of HQ range. We could attack with this unit. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do it since... Yeah, so it doesn't really matter that we lost that unit. Although it sucks that they retreated. We could have cut them off if we had been a little bit smarter there. Okay, and we can attack here. There's really not much point, but we can get some XP from it. Okay, I think we're good on this turn. We still have 2 trucks down here, which we really don't need. And now this unit is going to be out of supply next turn. But I think our supply situation is pretty decent. I'm actually going to bump this one up to 4. That'll make sure that at least this unit is in supply. I'll just have the rail. Oh, and we should move our HQ up as far as possible. Still not really able to do much with that HQ. You know what? I'll move this one up too. Okay. Again, risky to put our HQ there, but Gold Star scenario is risky in general. Oh, and I didn't realize that that unit up there was out of supply. So I didn't realize that we took one of their rail tiles, which was very good. So we had that rail tile, which I just didn't see. Okay, so this city right here is not one of our objectives, so I'm just going to ignore it, and we'll just go around. Yeah, so we could attack, but cities have a defensive bonus even without city in ruins, so we'll just hold tight and not waste steps. Alright, I'm moving my infantry up, but, you know, they're way too far behind to have any impact. Yeah, again, we can get some XP here. And you get XP both on a unit and on an HQ level. So doing this can get us more command points long term. Or just general bonuses. Okay, we're getting some good overruns there. Alright, I did not want to attack with that elite unit yet because I wanted to upgrade everyone else. So we can capture prisoners here. Doesn't really matter for this scenario, but, you know, why not? I believe it increases our score when we do it. Okay, I think we're good with this turn. Again, we're trying to get Second Corps up here to have some impact. We do still have a bomber. I'm going to use it here, actually. Alright, again, just farming XP. Alright, but no dice there. Okay. So we could have moved some supplies around, like we don't need to supply all of those infantry units down where we started, but it doesn't really matter at this point, because we are on our last turn. So to get a gold star, we need to take this city on this turn. So I'm just going to go all out. A bit risky to use bombers here. Okay, so what's our plan going to be? I'm going to move this tank off, move in here, and feint attack, which suppresses 1 step. Okay. Oh yeah, we're out of range from British 8th. So I'm going to undo that. Let's move this tank over. And now we're in HQ range. Okay, and we've eliminated their anti-armor. So who's going to be best to attack? That guy will. Alright, I'm going to move up here, actually. That'll allow more of our units to come up. Okay, good. So now we just need to move in here. Alright, and now we're good with the scenario. So, again, just farming units for XP. Okay. Alright, I don't think we really need to move anyone else. Yeah, there's no real point in attacking here because we're out of command points, so we can't really do much else. So, yeah, we'll just end that scenario. Oof. Bit unlucky there, but they do have bombers and they keep using them. Okay, so we're done with that scenario. So now we're going to move on to the second scenario. In this video, we're going to be doing the first 3 scenarios. And generally, there are around 3 to 5 scenarios, I think, per conference, somewhere around there. Okay, so we have a good amount of prestige now, so we can use that on some of our units. This unit we need to reinforce, but they're out of HQ range again, so we'll move our HQ up. And okay, so we do have steps, armor steps for free. That happens when, you know, something like that bomber that we saw, where the unit or the steps, you know, get killed essentially or wounded and get taken off of the unit. They go back to their HQ and then can be distributed. Okay, we already have a Sherman. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to undo putting those steps down and put down an engineer. Engineers, they melt quickly. Like they take the brunt of the damage when you're attacking. I do think that the game likes to you know, kill the steps that are put on last, so hopefully we'll be able to use these engineers for more than one attack. But yeah, engineers they seem like they're very good, but they're not, because they melt so quickly. Okay, let's reinforce as much as we can. So we don't have any good attacking units. We could put a Greyhound on. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to put a Greyhound. I usually use that for armor, but getting that unit some additional attack is going to be helpful for us. Okay, we can distribute infantry, or we could armor, but we don't have any armor under this army anymore. You know, we have a very limited number of units under this army. They're mostly under British First, so I'm just going to hang on to those extra steps. Okay, we have Indian infantry, UK armor. Okay, that one has one scenario remaining, so not really important. This one, though, is going to be around for a while, and it's elite. So we'll give them commandos, give them a Churchill. We could give them a Daimler, but I want to make sure everyone else is set up before we give them some extras. Okay, and then we can reinforce this unit. Might as well. So we lost an experience level there, but we can get it back pretty quickly. Actually, no, I should not have done that because they have 2 scenarios remaining. Okay, so we're at 5 prestige, so we could put down 1 more infantry. Yeah, let's actually put it on this unit. No, I take that back. Let's have that one as 5, and this one as 5. Okay. So I think we're set up now. I should adjust my supplies. Yeah, I should adjust my supplies here. So these French units, they're all just one-off units for this scenario. So I'm not really going to worry about keeping them in supply. And generally they're kind of weak against, you know, these strong defensive positions. So I think we're good here. Again, just keeping 1 truck in reserve. Okay, so turn 1 requires us to take this bonus objective if we want to get the bonus. And it is a good place to make our initial attack. I'm going to try suppressing fire. Yeah, glad that worked out. Suppressing fire is far weaker than using a set-piece attack, but it was worth the risk there. Oh, I could have put a bridge right here by using command points during initial setup. That would have been smart, but it's no big deal. Okay, so we got Longstop Hill. I don't know who got the engineers. Okay, this HQ did. I probably want to put the engineers on this unit. Yeah, we can do that. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm going to start attacking here. Nice. Okay, and then we can start making a push here, and hopefully we can get this bonus objective. There's a good amount of time before we need to take it. Our next bonus objective is this one right here, and then we need to take all the others by turn 5. Okay, what can we do here? Okay, we do not have bombers anymore. I'm going to set peace attack here. Yep, and that allows this unit to start moving in. Unfortunately, we cannot keep pushing there. Didn't really matter that we did suppressing fire, but does get us some XP. Okay, I think we're pretty much good. Okay, we can move that unit up. It'll probably get attacked because it's out on its own. Yeah, I'm going to use rear guard. That means that they won't, they'll typically just get suppressed steps and won't actually take any damage. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, so they didn't attack our rear guard unit, which means we keep this tile, of course, which is helpful for dealing with zones of control. Alright, what I want to do is insert this armor either to one of these tiles, but ideally right there. Unfortunately, there's an HQ on it, so nothing we can really do about that. But of course, we want to take their supplies and cut off all of these units. Okay. Yeah, two-pronged attack, so we're moving through here, but most likely all of these guys are going to be diverted to this bonus scenario, and our main attack is through here. So let's keep pushing. Now, of course, we should take this on this turn, but that's not my priority. My priority is, of course, the primary objectives and cutting off their supply. Okay. Nice. I want more command points. Okay, nice. Let's see, we could attack here, but it doesn't really matter until we have other units to support it. Let's use suppressing fire there, and then I'm going to push in with my armor, if I can. Okay. Oh, and we can keep moving. Good. Alright, so now supply-wise... Okay, so they do have supplies still in here, but we're making some progress. So we have 3 prisoners right here, which acts like an HQ, and that we need movement points to move onto that tile. So unfortunately we cannot take that tile, which would have been good to can keep hammering away their supply lines. Okay, I think we moved about as far as we can. We have this French unit, so let's get them in supply. Oh, and we should move our HQs up. Okay, how's our supply situation? Okay, that unit is out of supply. These units are all pretty much golden. I'm not worried about that unit being out of supply though, so we'll just keep that truck in reserves. I didn't realize we were a turn ahead, so that bonus objective we took, we actually had another turn to take it. Because now we're on turn 3. Okay. Alright, so they did leave the supply truck open, so we can take it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take it with this unit. Alright, once we take Tunis, it's pretty much over. Because now, yeah, everyone is out of supply except for these 4 tiles. And they're not going to be alive very long either. Okay, so now I think it's time to attack here. And this is a 0 scenario's remaining unit, but if we can attack with it, that would be good. Okay, US second. I am tempted to get suppressive fire. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. 1 command point for suppressive fire is very, very helpful. Okay, we can do that. Okay, now we're really pushing. Okay, so now we're mostly just cleaning up. We do still have that objective to take and this bonus objective. So let's go ahead and have some of our infantry take care of it. This Indian unit is very good, and this New Zealand unit is good. They'll be around for a while as well. Okay, I think our supply lines are fairly secure. We don't need this truck anymore. But we do want to keep that tank in supply, so we'll put our reserve trucks there in a central location. Okay, we do have air attack still. Always hesitant to attack because we get city in ruins, so that might prevent us from getting the bonus objective, but since it's out of supply, I think it was worth it. Yeah, and unfortunately they were still strong enough to attack us there. Yeah, I'm just going to keep hammering away. Okay, good. So now we have... yeah, now we have some decent options. Okay, and corner means that if it wasn't fully suppressed, it would be now. We still have another turn to take it, so we'll just sit tight. Alright, and again, I'm just farming XP. We don't need XP here. We do need XP for this veteran unit. But let's focus on our primary objective. Nice. Yeah, and again, we're just cleaning up, so let's go ahead and attack with that unit, actually. And that'll allow us to get across the river. Obviously, there are defensive bonuses when you're attacking across the river. Okay, who else can attack? Okay, so we're good to end the turn. Yeah, we're good to end the turn. And obviously, since they're all out of supply, actually none of them can attack right now, because they all have this highlighted exclamation point, and this one has that empty highlighted exclamation point, meaning they're fully suppressed, and they'll disappear next turn. Let's use... actually, can this unit attack? It can, but not great. Okay, so I wanted to get some extra XP there. Alright, let's get everyone on rail lines, make sure they're in supply, just to be safe. Doesn't really matter as we've completed all of the objectives, but I am going to use the 6th turn to get some additional XP. It doesn't hurt to get prisoners as well. Okay, so no, we lose this now. No real point in using air attacks either because everyone is fully suppressed. Okay, so let's try and get some XP here. Alright, sucks that we took that loss there, but getting them to elite is going to be helpful. Let's see who else. Okay, so we cannot move on to that HQ tile. Yeah, I might as well attack here. Okay, we took a lot of losses with that unit. Alright, I think we're good to end this scenario now. Alright, perfect. So we got some good score, we have a decent amount of prestige, but let's do this third and final scenario for this video. So this is our first naval invasion. Naval invasions, I believe we have 3 of them overall. No, 4, I think it's 4. Because we do have the Italian mainland. Naval invasions are weird because we actually start on turn 1, so we do not have a preparation turn. Also, supply percent is going to have an impact on us. So there are ways for us to improve that by taking these 2 bonus objectives. That's going to influence the likelihood of unit being in supply. Okay, so yeah, I've already done this scenario. I already know that there's a unit right here and a unit right here, but we could use our recon planes to find that. That allows us to drop our paratroopers. So yeah, I don't know why it's not letting us drop them. I think it's because of where our other units are. So we'll just do that last instead. And you can see that there are only specific places where you can land your units. Again, that's part of the part of what makes this a puzzle game. And you can see that there are beach tiles here. So if we had units, because there are units that we can get via cards that are that allow naval landings, we could have them land on any beach tile. Okay, in this unit, I don't think it really matters, but let's go ahead and put them right here so we can get an additional attack if we want it. Okay, can we land? Yeah, we can now. Okay, so I'm putting our strongest unit, although it does have 2 units suppressed, but our strongest unit up here because they're going to be on their own, and they're going to get attacked next turn. I could use a naval bombardment, but I don't think it's worth it. Generally, paratroopers, they get reinforced, so we don't want to put specialist steps on them because those will actually get lost. And generally, them taking losses isn't really our big concern. Okay, I think we're good with turn 1 now. We do have trucks available, but because we have really limited... okay, we did get cornered there. Yeah, so that unit might actually be dead. Okay, good. They're still alive, they're just really weak. But yeah, as I was saying, because we have really limited territory, putting down trucks really doesn't impact anything. Okay, so we want to repair these bridges as soon as we can. So we'll do that, and we'll link up here and get another bridge. And then I want to attack with this unit. Good. And then what I do is I actually swap these units because these guys are so weak now. Okay, and this unit cannot move over there because of the bridge that needs to be repaired. Yeah, and we do see mud here, which means it's rained. That can slow us down. So weather effects are another RNG piece that can impact our planning. Okay, let's move this unit up. That'll allow us to deploy an armored brigade. I'm actually going to, well, let's see. We can use, yeah, we can use that to give us more favorable odds. Okay, so now we need to attack these tanks if we can. That'll be our best unit for it. Alright, and we were able to eliminate that unit. Okay, good, and we do still have command points to repair that rail line. Alright, you can see that all this mud makes us really, really slow. Okay, can we attack that unit? It doesn't matter if they get onto this rail line, actually. Okay, so everyone should be in supply except for these units down here. But once we have these bridges fixed, they should be in supply except for maybe this unit. Okay, I think we're good with that turn now. Oh, right, we do still have this armored unit. Okay, so they might destroy that bridge there, but that's fine. If we have a unit next to a bridge, then they cannot destroy it. That was a pretty weird move. They usually don't do that. Ooh, and destroying that bridge is going to be very bad for us. Then again, we probably wouldn't be able to push off of that tile anyway. Okay, who can attack there? Okay, nice. So this airfield, if we take it, then we get an extra bomber, which can be pretty helpful. Wait, actually, yeah, is there any way that we can get that bonus objective? Because we need it on this turn. So yeah, since they destroyed that bridge and our unit moved off of it, we cannot take that bonus objective, which will hamper us a bit. But then again, this unit is now on its own, and there's no way for it to retreat, so not great for us that we cannot take that airfield, but being able to cut off this unit is pretty good. Okay, let's deploy. Alright, and we're going to push as quickly as we can to the west here to try and get these bonus objectives. And because we landed our paratroopers where we did, their supply situation is pretty poor. Alright, let's get more command points. Alright, and I want to put my trucks right here. Okay, and now we're ready to move all of our units up. And of course you want to generally keep your units with your HQ so that you can use their command points. Okay, I think we're good. We could have moved our airborne up, but no big deal. Alright, so they did cut off our supplies, which, you know, that's what the AI does. I'm going to use this card. So yeah, they cut off all of our western units, so we really need to get this back. So yeah, I'm actually going to use another naval bombardment, which isn't good, but we need them off of that tile ASAP. Okay, good. Okay, so they've really slowed us down. With destroying that bridge and having all these units out of supply could hurt us next turn. But as is, I'm just going to keep pushing because they should all be in supply. And yeah, we do have the supply dump we can take. Which of course, you know, the AI should have defended, but they didn't. Which is one weakness of the AI. Sometimes they just leave supply dumps open. And even if your unit's out of supply and cannot attack, they can take that supply dump and, you know, magically be in supply and able to attack. Okay, so I'm really worried that this unit is going to take out this HQ and supply dump, but hopefully that paratrooper is enough to discourage them. Oh yeah, we do have Canadian armored, but we can't really do anything with it because of that that bridge. Okay, so no attacks it looks like. Good. Alright, if you can't tell, this is a bit of a slugfest, so we need to get Messina by turn 11, and that's actually very tough. Because getting, you know, each tile as we go, it's hard. It is very hard. Okay, I really want to push into where those Fallschirmjäger are. So we're just going to hit them hard, and hopefully they retreat. Unfortunately, they're on a mountain, so I don't think we have any unit that can actually move onto that tile. Oh, these guys can. Perfect. Oh, nice. So we took out that Fallschirmjäger. So I think that's the only elite unit on this map, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe some of the armor was, and I wasn't paying attention. Oh, and very lucky that we could get our armor that far forward. Usually this mountain pass stops us and ends up taking a couple turns to get past. I'm gonna go with feint attack. You can always get more command points, but if you're using a tactic frequently, having it, be cheap can make a big difference down the line. Can this unit move onto that tile? No. But we have another turn to get Palermo and these other bonus objectives. So I'm actually going to use our tanks to keep pushing, and hopefully they can get Palermo. Although actually we're probably going to need to use this unit to get both of these bonus objectives, which I don't know if we'll have time for. But luckily 82nd was in supply. Otherwise there's no way we would get Palermo. Then again, Palermo is probably the lowest on our priorities bonus objectives. These two are going to be most important for us. Okay, we can move this armor off. I actually want to get this armor across the river here. Unfortunately, because we were out of supply, we still do not have engineering. It's still suppressed, so no way for us to repair that bridge right now. Okay, let's get that unit in supply, and let's move forward. Okay, how is our supply situation? So you can see, so these bars, I believe that means the chances of a unit being in supply next turn, and because our supply situation is so low, because we haven't taken these bonus objectives yet, there's a big chance that a lot of our units are going to be out of supply next turn, despite them being in range of our trucks. Okay, we still have air attacks. I don't use air attacks as often as I should. We don't need them over here. We could use them here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, there's the possibility that we can get a KIA with an air attack, but normally it's just suppression. So it's really best to use them before you attack so that you can have better odds. Alright, and unlucky that HQ moved on to Messina, because of course the movement requirements for an HQ, that's one of the hardest parts of this mission really, is that there's usually, I should not have attacked there, there's usually an HQ unit on that final objective, which really, really hampers us. Okay, so we couldn't get them to retreat there, but we're hammering away at it. Alright, nice. They're cornered. Oh, now we can take their supplies. I probably should not have this US unit over here, but it is what it is. Okay, we do have this bridge. Doesn't really matter now. I guess we'll just go ahead and add it in. Okay, so can we take these bonus objectives? Yes. Okay, good. Alright, so this is a naval unit, so we can land it on any beach. Actually, if we wanted to, we could actually put it over here, where there are no units. But we're just going to hold on to that and probably use it in the next scenario. I think we're good with this turn. Okay. So they're getting pretty low on units. No one can really attack now. Alright, the supply situation on this island is weird. So, even though we have a rail line here, it actually connects through Messina. So we are not in supply until we take that final objective. We're only in supply with trucks. Alright, Alright, we're trying to attack through this area, but these US units generally don't make much progress because it's tough getting through some of these mountain tiles, and it's just a long way to go without supply. Okay, let's move an infantry up to get around the zone of control. Okay, because there's rain here, we cannot move past that tile. Oh wait, no, we can with Canadian armor. Okay, nice. So all these guys are on supply. We should be in a good place to start attacking, hopefully next turn. I probably should not have moved the Canadian armor. I probably should have moved this unit instead. Because they actually have a chance of, you know, getting some damage on that unit. But for now, we're just moving up, and I think we're good with this turn. Okay. So because they're entrenched and they're in a city, it's very tough to take the city. So I'm just going to use suppressing fire and hope that we get a breach like we did, or if we get a cornered, that'll be huge. Yeah, as is, we just need to chip away. We still have 2 more turns after this, so that's good. Can we move anywhere? Okay, I'm just going to try and get this unit in supply. Oh, we can manually supply him, actually. And lucky that this unit is in supply. Okay, our HQ is in range of everybody, so yeah, we can't use air attack, so I guess I'll use it here on the Fallschirmjäger. Really doesn't matter that we took that unit out, just more XP. Okay, we'll stop that turn, and all eyes are on Messina. Some runs can fail pretty easily because it's down. I should not have done that. That was risky. Yeah, we definitely do not want the city in ruins. If it's in ruins, we are in a bad, bad place. Okay, what else can we do? We're gonna have 1 movement point, so we could feint attack. Yeah, I think it's best that we feint attack with the Canadian infantry because they have their scout car suppressed. Nice. All right, there we go. All right, so now we're just gonna clean up, but that'll do it for this video. So in another video, we'll continue with the next conference that happens after this mission, and I think we'll do the next 3 missions in the next video as well, although they can be even more of a slog than this one. But thanks for watching, and if you like this, let me know, and of course if you played this game, let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see. Again, we're doing all gold stars, we're doing non-historical, so we're also going to do all gold stars for the Polish mission. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.